Hi, it's Maxine, Kaye, and Yoga from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And we're here on this beautiful, almost spring day with a love note. Always happy to find a way to connect with you. It's important. You know, in Science of Mind, religious science, in our Centers for Spiritual Living, we have a lot of words and phrases that we've heard and used for many years. For instance, change your thinking, change your life. Well, that's true. And as you change your consciousness, the conditions change, because the consciousness is certainly more important than the conditions. And the conditions come and go. That's what they're supposed to do. And we're always developing a deeper and a more expanded consciousness of the presence of the divine within us, expressing through us. So change your thinking, change your life. But it sounds a little bit jargony, doesn't it? And some people find that, yes, I know that's the principle, that's the way it works, but I'm not thinking too well right now. Instead of thinking clearly, perhaps you're feeling sad, feeling upset, you're feeling afraid. You know, our emotions have a whole lot to do with how our days go and how our lives turn out. So thinking, yes, but in order to get to very clear thinking, we often need to begin with telling ourselves what's true about what we're feeling, what our emotions are telling us. And sometimes it's very difficult to move through them. Have you noticed? Sometimes you just have a hard time in ceasing being sad. And there are many times that people speak about the dark night of the soul. And who hasn't experienced that from time to time? And just because we've gotten through it once or twice or more, doesn't mean we might not have the opportunity to go through it again. You know, who do we think we are anyway? Even Jesus had his time in the Garden of Gethsemane. And he knew he was the Son of God. And you and I are still learning that we're the sons and the daughters of God. So maybe we ought to sometimes just cut ourselves a little slack, as they say. And sometimes we just need to feel what we're feeling. That doesn't mean we want to stay in it. Don't want to stay in it. And we know we don't have to. But sometimes we just need to go ahead and move through those bad feelings that we're having so that we can come out the other side. And we can get back to thinking clearly again. It's only temporary, you know. Yeah, that's right, huh, Yoga? We're never going to have to continue to deal with that stuff day after day. We just aren't, especially when we realize that as we change our minds, things will be different. So let's honor those emotions that aren't always exactly what we'd like to be experiencing. Let's thank them. Let's thank them for pointing out to us something that we perhaps needed to learn about. And as we do that, you know what else happens? We find that we develop more compassion for others who also go through their tough times. Hey, you know what? We've all been going through a lot of tough times this past year. And they're complicated by other things that take place in our personal lives. So like Yoga, who occasionally is called Yoda, because she is so wise, let's just continue to be as clear as we can, as balanced as possible, as loving with ourselves and one another as we can be. We'll remember who we are. We must, because that is always more powerful than anything that may be taking place out there or in here, where we may be having a wrestling match with our emotions. You know, Jacob said to the angel with whom he was wrestling, I will not let you go until thou blesseth me. Well, let's let these things bless us. Let's go ahead and do the wrestling with the problems and the feelings and the emotions and the upsets and the sadness. Let's wrestle with them until they bless us, till we find out what the gift is that it's come to give us. And then we can go on with our clear thinking. And then we can truly change our consciousness and change our lives. That's still the true principle. We love that we can depend upon it. So look up, keep going, and stay solid, says yoga. Yoda, if you prefer. Isn't that true? So thank you for being with us today. Thank you for tuning in tomorrow for another love note from Reverend Mike. And thank you for being with us, if you can, on Sunday morning for our live stream at 10:30. By that time, it's going to be Pacific Daylight Time, because we get to change our clocks Saturday night. Or if you really want to, be a purist and get up at 2 a.m. on Sunday to change it, to spring ahead an hour, you can do that, but I think that would just be silly. So change them the night before, or those devices that are automatic like our iPhones. Isn't that great? It lets us know the real time at any time. Tune in at 10:30. Go to cslphilly.org. Click on the link that takes you right to the website, and that, or you're already on the website. It takes you right to either YouTube or Facebook, and you can watch us live streaming. And if you can't be at that time with us, then click on the website link at any time, and you can see previous Sunday mornings, and you can also see previous love notes that Reverend Mike and I have shared with you. And yoga, almost always she shares with them too, doesn't she? She's a star. And if you would love to make a donation, as so many of you have been doing, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have an opportunity to make that contribution by pressing the donate button. And that is what keeps us bringing you these messages. That is what keeps us connected. We are here for you. We love you. We pray with you. And we know that we're moving through it. We're moving through it together. Thank you. We love you. We see you soon.